Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I'd work on this Perses carry a little bit more here. I'm not sure if anybody's actually here yet or not. I had some. Oh, I'm hearing. Oh no, I'm hearing myself through my own audio. Uh-oh, that's gonna be annoying. Anyway, I figured I would get in working on this ship here a little bit, and oh, hold on, I got a setting I got to fix. Hey, what's up, Treadmore? Yeah, I'm hearing myself through my own headphones that I'm wearing right now, and that's not cool. I just had a Windows update, of course, this morning, and it screwed my OBS settings yet again. I'm really getting sick of that. I think I can. Let me do a quick adjustment here, real quick. See if that did anything there. Well, anyway, so just to show you, more work was done before, since the last video I did on this. I did a little bit of an update video earlier today on YouTube, but what I really worked on during that time. What's up, KS Berg? And so what I ended up doing is worked out this hallway a little bit more, tried to get a little bit more detail in there, added some pipes and some furniture and some lockers and stuff over here. And then I also decided to not have the CPU core room in this location where I started putting that before, and instead decided to go and put it in this room down over here. So I kind of built this area out. This is also holding a gravity generator for the front of the ship and 4 medium-sized turbines. And then, of course, all the CPU blocks. Now, right now I have it outfitted with Core 7 setup, but you can easily put in the superior cores to go to Core 9, and then also add in some more cores, some auxiliary cores or whatnot. You'd have to remove these plates on the floor over here. Besides this room, I also kind of worked out this hangar, this little hangar off to the side over here. So this is kind of what this is looking like at the time. And what I wanted to do in this video is continue on and work at this unfinished area up over here. So the idea for this, it's got a few things here. I'm going to get the light on. I wanted to add some crew rooms, and I do have, I got a good enough amount of space for that. I've got a thruster to work around, and I also got to kind of work around this long-range radar. Now, this long-range radar is going to be accessible from down below. I do have doors coming off from this engineering room up into this area here. So I'm not so worried about that. My idea, and especially since I have glass up at the front here, is I'll build a false floor starting right about here, and this part will be part of the lounge, maybe the center section, maybe where the I don't know, server is or whatnot, like a bartender or whatever, if you got one of those, and go from there. So let me just get started here. I'm going to start out, I think, with the false floor, and one thing I got to make sure is I keep the players at least one solid block away from that thruster, and I think this will work, and I can still have some area above there at the center of this section. So first part of this, I think I'm going to just try to figure out how I want the wall structure and stuff to be in this area, and then start tweaking it out and making the individual rooms out of that. But if I had this here, we should not get fried by being able to get too close to that thruster. So yeah, the temperature on the side there is good, and that's important. I'd hate to have you come to the farm and then or to the lounge and get rads and fried. That would suck. All right, so this whole room's sort of gonna be asymmetrical again. What I really need to do is figure out how I'm gonna do the crew rooms first, and then figure out what space I have after the crew rooms are in place. Now, the crew rooms don't need to be too big, but I was half tempted to run them on the sides over here in the corner. One of the crew rooms may have a window peering into that hangar over there. So they're probably going to be generally pretty square, but let's say I take section over on this side, and it might be different on both sides. I'm not going to turn on the symmetry line because that causes, especially if I'm looking at the symmetry line on the video, it causes massive pixelation. That I didn't realize it did that before, but yeah, I do now. So probably just build out everything and not care about one side or the other. I want it to be different anyway. It adds more unique stuff to the build, I think, if you do it that way. It takes longer, of course. More of a thing to do. So let's say we had a crew room door there, and let's give it a couple blocks and another door here. I just want to make sure these kind of line up with the windows somehow. And then each of these crew rooms would probably also have at least like a bathroom of some kind too. Bed, of course. So let's see. This one's a little bit on the big side. Let me get rid of these blocks. Also, if you're watching this, is the audio and video and everything all right? I'm a little curious on that one there. I don't know specifically right now. I hope it is. Okay, so we've got that. So this is our hallway coming in from the ship, which would be going to the lounge.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? What's up? You good?
Almost. That whole chat window thing, you told me how to do it before, and then I wigged out right before the stream, freaked out, couldn't figure it out. So what I did is I put the whole Twitch stream up on my side screen so I could see it.
Yeah, I mean that works too, to be honest.
Okay. So how you doing?
I'm good. You had asked about your audio, and it's still like this mic thing. It's some kind of like slight reverb. It's not noticeable enough to even be annoying, but I can still hear it. Like it's just this subtle I don't know. It's something with the mic.
I'm getting that too. Unfortunately, earlier today, Windows updates, and then it screwed all my OBS settings again. So I had it set up, and now I'm getting a little bit of feedback that I'm hearing. I'm hearing myself a little bit through my own headphones right now, and that's bothering me. And I haven't figured out quite how to fix that yet. But
yeah, we gotta compare mic settings, I think, at some point.
Yeah, well, man, I don't know why Windows updates mess with that so bad. That just sucks.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. So yeah, I also got in the live voice 4, I think. So yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, I appreciate you coming in and saying, hey, that's cool.
Yeah, just saying what's up, man. I watch. I just
Right.
Let you do your thing. You gotta do your thing.
All the things.
Good stuff.
Yep. Heck yeah. So yeah, I'm building your favorite part. I mean, something that you put in all your builds, a lounge and crew rooms.
Right. Yeah. No, all that RP stuff, man.
Yeah. I know you're all about that. I mean,
first kitchen, second kitchen, a duvet. No, a duvet's a blanket. I don't know, dude. Just a bunch of fancy rooms,
Gotta have them. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem too because I'm raising the floor in the center of this area, which is kind of causing some problems because I'm doing that because I got a big old hot thruster right there, and yeah. So now I'm trying to figure out how to build the walk paths in here. I want it to come out to kind of a lounge, but it's all going to be asymmetrical. But I don't want to raise the whole floor because that's a waste. But I got to raise this floor or fry anybody that comes here. So it's kind of one of those trade-offs.
I understand.
So
cool.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of performance problems in this game right now too. I don't know if it's because I got all this stuff running on the side, but every time I look this direction, I'm a noticeable frame rate drop.
So I mean, I remember you upgraded to a really good card. You your RAM and processor's all good too, or it's dated?
Well, I mean, the computer I'm using is about 8 years old. It was pretty good. It wasn't the top of the line when I first built it, but it was decent. It was up there. But yeah, the video card that is new was a gift, and it's not that powerful of a video card. It's a 4060 or an NVIDIA 4060, which is about the same speed. Actually, it trades blows with my older video card, the 2080. So
Ah,
it's not super powerful.
right.
But it's just newer. So that counts for
Yeah.
something. How the so I'm wondering, I could have a hallway go under, and then maybe like this could be. Oh man, this is gonna be a weird setup here. Yeah, hallway to crew rooms, and then the lounge has this elevated area here. That's really weird, isn't it?
Oh.
So you working on any builds or anything yourself right now?
I am. I'm trying to secure my fish trap base.
Fish trap base.
Yeah. Serious, man. We got raided hard. A whole group came and just destroyed
Oh,
everything. So now we're
oh,
having to rebuild, and it's a whole
that
thing.
that kind of build, and not the EGS build.
No, oh no, no. Oh, am I working on an EGS build? I'm not, consequently,
Okay, okay,
but yeah, I mean, I could.
good. Yep.
Yeah, I'm taking a little bit of a break,
Oh
which
yeah,
I think is
that's
fine. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
you gotta do it in waves, right?
You got it. Yeah, you got to enjoy some life there now and then too. In fact, yes,
Yeah.
sometime I'm gonna probably stream some other game too. But I yeah, I started working on that POI thing just a little bit, and then I was like, man, I don't want too many open projects, man, because it stresses me out. And I wanted to, I
Yeah.
really wanted to jam and get this ship done before I get invested into a POI build. So that's why I want to get this one done and moving on. The
Yeah, for sure.
hardest part with some of these builds though is like what I'm working with right now, trying to figure out the layout around some of these areas, working around basically parts and thrusters.
Right.
I had a rough time with that out in this whole section over here. It took me a bit to figure out my hallway and the farm and where the CPU core room is going to be and all that stuff. It was like, how is this going to work? And then I had this hangar right in the way and it was blocking the other thing, so I had to like divert the hallway. There's a lot of that stuff
Ah.
that's really been taking extra time with this build. And now this part, it sounded simple enough. Like, hey, I got this front end of the ship. Let's just throw a lounge there, and it's cool. I'll put like a little counter and some chairs and stuff, and it'll be all good. And then it's just like, oh, but now I got to elevate the floor. Now I got to work around this. Now I got to work around this. And so it's
Oh
like
yeah.
a lot of the time is just spent with the layout. Like as soon as I can get the walls in place and how I want everything, I think it'll be all good. But yeah, right now, what a confusing mess here. Do I even want? Maybe I don't even want anything here. Maybe I should just wall that off
Yeah, I mean,
and maybe I don't know. Maybe have the lounge starting over here. Here, I'll pop in another crew room here. I'll do this if you're watching too. I'll do this quite a bit where I'm kind of like playing Minecraft here, and
right.
I'll just slap down some quickie walls, try to figure out how it's going to work out. And once these walls are in place, then it's really easy to go through, replace blocks, and build out the areas. It's just getting that layout in there.
All right.
I know crew rooms are the most important thing with these builds, by the way. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's about morale, right?
oh yeah, yeah, you got
Long day at work, and working on the ship, and you need a
yep,
place to call your own.
you do, you do. All right, no wall there. That's not gonna work. How about a ramp? Like an elevated platform area. Gotta line that up centered with the window.
I didn't say hi to chat. What's up, chat? You got Treadmore, Cansberg, the usual suspects.
Yeah, I appreciate them.
Hope you guys are good, man.
I haven't been advertising these videos much or anything yet. I put a link on your Discord, but that's about it so far.
Yeah. Well, I think they automated the official. Didn't Jen say she did that for you or something?
I think so.
Yeah,
Man,
so
I
there you
wish
go.
I
I
had
think you got that.
I wish I had a lot better understanding of all this stuff. I mean, Twitch, even YouTube when I started. I mean, this is all like new stuff to me. I never did that stuff in my life before,
Yeah, it
and it's
takes
like,
time, right?
yeah,
You
there's
get
so
there.
many settings and places and things, and it's like, ah, how are you supposed to learn this?
Yeah. Now there's so many things I don't I don't remember I did, shit like that. Like, yeah, there's a lot of that kind of shit with me. It's like settings that I made 6 years ago, and then fuck, I don't remember what I did. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's like,
right.
yeah.
Man, what a weird lounge. This
Is it
elevator.
is it the Nemesis Lounge or what are we talking about
So,
here?
so yeah, something a lot like that. That's all I'm
Yeah.
trying to accomplish. Lounge and some rooms on the side, I guess, to fill up some space. This is
Nice.
basically the front of the ship, right? And it's just complete like fluff zone. I don't have any real parts here. Sort of that lift thruster down below, and a big old place where I'm going to put this gigantic radar eventually. And that's why I got the elevated floor in the first place. Otherwise, it would be a lot easier without it. That's for sure.
Oh, radar.
Radar, yeah, big long range radar array.
Radar.
Radar.
So you can make your own soundboards. Just yeah. Or you can have a bunch of my isms as a soundboard.
Good.
Since I have a bunch of yours on mine.
Oh yeah, I'll have to start. Yeah, I'll have to. Anytime you
That's a
say anything,
whole nother thing, man. A whole nother fucking
oh,
can of worms to figure out.
I would imagine. All right, I want some angled walls in here, so I think what I'm gonna do is let's we'll call this part of the lounge area here. This is such a weird shape to work with. I kind of enjoy this in a weird way. It's kind of like you're figuring out a puzzle when you're building. The way I build ships, I obviously always usually build the outer hull first, and then I try to figure out the interior based on that. Um, it's kind of fun. It can be frustrating sometimes, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh, I can't remove any of those blocks. I'm gonna have to have a weird angle here. Yeah, one thing with the ship that took longer than some other builds too is it's the interior is well, it's decent size. Plus, it's pretty much all asymmetrical, at least how it's been built. So that has a way of making things take longer too.
All right.
So this could be a nice little like alcove over here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I have a little staircase going up to here, and there'll be like some tables there. This can be something over here. Oh man, I'm still getting audio cutting through to my headset.
That's a OBS setting actually. Like that's a you can have your voice coming back to you or not. I always turn it off. But
Yeah.
I guess people do that like professionally just because they like to hear themselves and how they sound or whatever. I just can't like that drives me nuts.
Oh yeah,
Honestly.
it's driving me
To
nuts
hear
right now too.
myself. Oh my god, I never
Well,
want to do that.
so I got the yeah. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I have my desktop audio set to my headset, the microphone set to my microphone, which is a different piece,
Right.
and I mean, there's no other
No,
settings.
no, I'm telling you, it's an actual setting. I can. Well, I don't think it's something you should mess with in stream, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just yeah. Well, let me look it up though before I forget because I always say things and then like we don't talk until the next day. So
Oh.
let me figure that out real quick here.
All right. All right. Let's try to get a bunch of angled walls in this area. And we'll all these blocks up on the ceiling here will be swapped out later too. This is gonna bother me. Nah. think I'm just gonna need a wall here. Hmm. Hmm. Or maybe not have this. Huh. Take this extra block area here. Hey, crazy. And yeah, speaking of crazy, maybe I could put like a little pool here. I got some. I would have some floor room to do that. That could be a way to go about it. Okay, so we could have 2 rooms here. So this room could still come out to where it is. I just wouldn't have the hallway here anymore. I think that'd be a better choice. So 2 crew rooms, and then part of the lounge, and then the upper part of the lounge, and then a swimming pool. Well, it's more of a crew area. So it's not necessarily a lounge entirely. It's more of just a crew recreation space.
Yeah, so looking at my mic settings, I've got 4 different filters on my mic.
Okay.
One's a noise suppression. One is a gain. One's noise suppression, one's gain. One's a noise gate, which was the one I was telling you about, where it shuts it off automatically when you're not loud enough.
Okay. Okay.
It gets rid of a lot, and I think that might be your issue. I had the same thing. I had this like subtle humming, kind of weird mechanical sound, and I put that gate on, and once I did that, it was gone from my stream. So.
Oh, okay. I think I know what my problem is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just
Your
figured it out.
fan on your desk or something?
No, what I had, because I have the Twitch stream up on my screen right now, I had the audio on that a little bit, and it was coming through. So I just turned off I muted the audio from the Twitch stream, from like Twitch page itself.
Oh, you're watching yourself and getting an echo feed. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
a problem.
I needed to just detach that chat window, I think, and but this is working.
Or just mute it. But yeah, no. What you need to do is get Elements installed, and then all that's integrated into OBS. You never have to have a browser.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, we gotta get together and figure that out.
Yeah.
We tried to last time, it didn't work. All in good time. All in good time.
Oh yes, yes.
So this is your. What do you got? One more stream before you become.
I think
legit,
2. I think 2.
Okay, yeah.
Well, it depends. If you got to have the this would be my 3rd stream so far. I did one last week, like last week sometime, and then one Monday, and now another one today. So I think you got to have 5 before you're cool.
Yeah. Dude, you're practically a pro now, man.
You're right. Yeah, that's me.
Jesus.
Super pro. Thrusters there. Oh, I gotta have blocks there. It's gonna be so weird with the upper level and the lower level. Or maybe I'll just put the loungy stuff up here. Have a little recreation down over here, maybe like I wish the game had some like exercise equipment or some other thing, or I could get Crazy Z to build like some pool tables and pianos, somehow in small blocks, so and then have those work inside of this build, I think that would be really helpful. So
Yeah,
hey, crazy, get on that. I need some furniture.
yeah. Akua Force One, man. Just spawn that in and take from that.
Yeah.
You know how many cool LCDs are in that one build? It's ridiculous, man.
Oh yeah, I know, I know. I'm gonna try something I never tried here before, and that is a water block.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, there's water units. Water block. You get in trouble? Yeah, I've seen these in builds. They don't cause problems. They're not like POI specific anymore. But how does that look? And they do come in shapes, but that won't help very much. Okay, thanks, crazy. Yeah, get on that. Yeah. Oops. Uh-oh. Can I remove a water block? No. All right. So I like my old LCD setup for pools because then I could put in angled side blocks and then put the LCD in there for the water. But now there's real water, but it seems like you pretty much have to have it square if it was like a swimming pool. Ah, bad stuff. All right. I'm gonna try to go a little bit old school with it here. I don't have too many blocks I can work with, but try to give it some kind of shape that looks fancy. Hmm. It's more like a hot tub. Yeah, you gotta have a hot tub in the lounge. I think I could actually put a railing around that too. That would go around that corner. Yeah, that can work. Hey, Silverbeard.
all right. Well, I'm gonna get back to my PvP here.
Okay, all right. You rebuild and then blow up their base, and then they blow up your base, and then you fix your base, and then you go blow up their base, and then they blow up your base, and then you go fix. Never mind.
That was like the whole last week. Yeah, you're exactly right.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Take
Later,
it.
man. Have a good stream.
All right, take it easy.
Later, chat.
All right. Well, if you just came into chat, I'm struggling trying to figure out how to do a crew section and a like a little lounge or like a little bar or something up in the front of this ship. And the big problem I've got is I got a big old hot thruster right below here. That's why I got this elevated floor here, and I'm trying to work around it, and it's driving me insane right now because I got to have like an elevated section, and then I don't want to fill the whole thing in to make it all the same height. So now I'm just kind of trying to figure out how this is going to possibly work out. Um, and it's a little weird, that's for sure. All right, let's. I think what I want to do, I'll figure out where the tables and stuff are going to be first, and then try to work up blocks around that. So let's see. Let's get that stuff. I already had it. Yeah, these water blocks are cool, but yeah, I wouldn't know how to do like angles on the edge of the pool like I'm doing over here if I used them. It seems like even though they're shape blocks, they won't do any good in this circumstance, I don't think. All right, so think the bar part ought to be up here, so let's just grab some countertops. Maybe I'll put that right kind of by the window. Want to leave like a little place to get in. Over on one side. And let's put in that alt part in here too on one side. Oh wait, that's the same block. No, it's not. Okay, so that'll work. I won't have a solid one there. Okay, that could work. I'm going to have, I guess, generally like some tables and stuff in the area here. Try to not put them into specific formation. Just kind of have them a little bit more random. And right now we got the two staircases coming up there. Let's do like something that kind of comes over the edge here. Maybe do something roundish here too. Let's get just a little something on the bottom there. Alright, then maybe some little like these would be going right up the ceiling right now. A couple holes or something there. Really oddball shaped area here. Maybe this staircase needs to go by on that side. Doesn't make much sense. Alright. I gotta get this core out of here too. Let me just dump that somewhere for now. It's ultimately gonna end up in here somewhere, so just kind of put it there. Alright, so this would be the center of the ship. Could probably actually do a little bit of this in symmetry, but I won't anyway. I want to make sure it kind of ties into the this counter area here. Oh, that just dawned on me. There's something else I need to do. Oh, no. There's another part I'm forgetting about that needs to go up here. I was planning on putting it generally where I'm at right now, and that is the big repair bay. Oh, that would have to go in there too. Tell me that's only one block tall. Okay, that's one block tall. Man, that's another curveball. Okay, I'm gonna so I can place this. I'm gonna remove the other one I've got in here at the moment. I really wish you could put both in. So that's gonna have to go in here too. Oh man, it's gonna make it really rough. Of course, the functional parts are more important than the fluff stuff. Oh man, so if that was, is this airtight? Let's see. It doesn't say. Oh no, it does say it is airtight. Yes, it is. Cool. All right, so that technically could be part of this. Oh, that's one ugly ceiling there, ain't it? Well, it's a cool looking ceiling, just not for what I'm trying to accomplish with it here. And that's another thing too. If this isn't going to be in the ship stock, so that means I got to fill this in with something else. I'm actually half tempted to not try to make a deck here, and because I got a thruster below, and I can't like. Oh, there it is. And I got this above. Maybe I should just wall off that whole area so I don't have to contend with it and work around that. Hate to do it, but I think that's gonna have to take place. It's just too much stuff to have space there, really. Okay, so we got to have the blocks come on at least one block away from the thruster, so this would be that wall, and at that point, yeah, that's basically what was already there. But then I would have to actually kind of wall this all off too. Steel there. I guess there could be some kind of opening coming in here. But, yeah, man, there's nothing left for a lounge. Well, maybe down over here. And then it can kind of go up into this area, I guess. I don't know. Unexpected problems. I thought this was going to be an easy part, honestly, versus some of those other rooms in the layout. But, yeah, this is, especially you throwing that part in the mix on top of everything else. Not as simple as I thought it would be. Alright, well, let's get a new ceiling built in here. I think we'll try to go something like that and then have something in the center. Huh. What we got in the half block range? Put some little lights in the ceiling there too. How about there and there? That's what we're doing on this side too. I kind of want something to be kind of fancy here, but I'm not sure what's gonna work. Try some of these. Something kind of like that. These could be solid beams there. I think I just scrapped the idea of a pool over here. It's just a weird spot for it too. This, yeah, it wasn't part of the original plan. Just maybe since I changed how this is working. Let's see, where's that thruster? Right there. So I'm already one block away. So this row doesn't need to be here. Alright, so we do extend this out with another room. It's going to be a pretty small one, I think. And I'll just run that here. Or maybe a storeroom or something. It doesn't have to be a crew room. It could be just a maintenance room or something like that. Just put door trim in. The hallway should probably stop right at that door. I'm gonna get a little thicker here. And we'll just square that off. Let's put up some thin block railings here. Let's try this and see how it turns out. I have like a thin block row on the edge here, and then maybe round it off in that corner with this. That. And let's get some railings. Probably ought to use this type. Okay, so this wall pretty square right now. Gotta change that. Let's try to put in something decorative here. We're coming into kind of a lounge section. We kind of need to maybe have some blocks integrated with something else, even some bookshelves or something. Get those. And what else? Is there anything else that would fit in the middle? Not really. No. Now when I paint this area too, I'm going to try to do it in a different style than the rest of the ship pretty much. So I'd probably be using some carpet, some wood grain, some other things that I'm not using in the rest of the build. This is just a weird, I don't like this hallway setup here. I'm thinking what I ought to do rather than having a door here is have a door here instead. And then I don't have a hallway there, which would probably work out better. So that's, yeah, kind of a weird shape there too. This actually could be a room itself then. Or I change this room. Be something that. What a maze. What a maze. Well, at least it's not going to look very symmetric. That's for sure. Um, yeah, I try to avoid the maze stuff, but yeah, yeah, doesn't work out that good sometimes. I'd like to put a door in the center, but I don't think there's any part that could do that. Just a double door, and that would be kind of strange for a crew room. Man, what do you do with these parts like this? I mean, I could try. Here, let's push this out to there. You know what? I might just not try to utilize every little ounce of weird space I've got in this area, and maybe just kind of fill some of this in a little bit. Be a whole lot easier to work with. So are you guys working on builds right now? POIs or anything for the game or anything like that? I know Crazy is. I've seen it. Crazy showed me some pictures of his, his new build, and that's cool. I'm glad to see Crazy actually building again. I know he took a pretty good break. I don't blame you. I want to take a break someday too. I kind of did. I was doing some other things. Played some Baldur's Gate 3 here and there. Want to get back to that sometime too. But I definitely wanted to get some of this going here. Alright, so this is not fancy at all. I don't know about the bookshelf thing. What could I do to make this more designer-like? You know, I could even put in, like, I've seen it, other authors do it, working like, more like struggling on a POI. Oh, struggling on it, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be struggling on a POI too, I'm pretty sure, when I get back to that. And what I did on the last POI video, I'm not sure if I'm going to go through with that plan with the arena above the other thing that I already made or not, or if I'm just going to start over with something new. I had this idea, it would be fun, and the problem I've got is I feel that it would take a long time, and I'm scared of that, but you do have 2 months for it, so it's not as rushed. But my idea would be to do like another abandoned POI, and it would be like abandoned, I don't know if it's already been taken or not, but abandoned training facility. And my idea with it would be, it's not much above ground, some kind of building. So you walk in there, and basically it's like a training facility, and it would have like, say, 4 levels that go down underground, and each level is a unique theme. And each level is focused on a different kind of challenge. Like, say you go to level 1, and it's like, okay, you're shooting, I don't know, Scar Raiders here. So you're using a machine gun, and it's all Scar stuff. And then you get that level done. You go down like an elevator once you get to the end of it, and then it goes to like, okay, now you're like fighting Creel, and it's got like this whole Creel section, and then you go down another level, and then maybe something unique, you know, like maybe, hey, now you're in medieval Egypt or something, and now you're doing something else, you know. I thought that would be kind of a interesting POI to do. I believe it. There's no reason why you can't do it. Just yeah, that was one idea I had. It wouldn't be like a pretty outside POI though, like a big fancy building or something like that. It would just be kind of, I don't know, different. A museum POI. Oh, that would be cool. You know, one thing. There's a couple games actually that I was playing that had some form of museum in the gameplay. I think one of those was the Division 2, one of the level areas there was like a museum, and then there was also one in Starfield, I think. And I just thought that was so cool, like a themed thing. You're walking through it in the game, but it's kind of interesting, and you actually want to check out the displays in it and stuff, and see what's going on with that. Yeah, some of that stuff really impressed me for like level design. Actually, I was like, oh, that's a really slick idea, and it's not just boring old walls and things that we normally see. I'm gonna move the door. I think that would be a really cool way to go, or well, at least one idea for a POI. POIs can be a lot of fun. They are a lot of work, though, no doubt. All those authors that spend all the time making those POIs, you really got to appreciate them. Even if you don't agree with all the the way things happen in the POI, it's still, I mean, that's a lot of work. And yeah, definitely should be rewarded. Well, appreciate the authors at least that do it. Not necessarily reward them, but it's more content for the game there. And I like to run a lot of the different POIs too when I'm playing. I mean, some are, you know, kind of annoying, but other, mostly they're definitely cool, and most of them have some pretty good stuff going on with the mechanics and the layouts and all that. In fact, none of them are really bad at all. I think the thing that actually usually drives me nuts the most is not the POI itself; it's just the AI in the game and the collision problems with FPS shooting and things like that. I think is the big thing that annoys me with the POIs. If they worked like other games, shooter games, and it would probably not be a problem at all. All right, so on this layout here, I'm starting to get this sort of worked in a little bit. Kind of strange. So we'd have a crew room here, here, and here. And then this is kind of open area. Could have like a couch or something in here. A couple more crew rooms right on the other side here. More open area. And then of course you got the staircase that goes up into the actual like bar area here. And it's kind of separated. Again, this is all fluff stuff. So I mean, when you're using the ship, you don't ever have to go here for anything. So this is probably the furthest part of the ship you would ever go to, and that's this side hangar here. So I guess, although the layout's kind of odd, it's not really going to be a problem on the ship. If this was like your production area, that would be kind of odd. Kind of neat though, in a way. Maybe, I don't know. All right, so I'm going to do the interiors of the rooms last. I want to get this part done first. And we got to do a lot of ceiling work here too, but I think what I'm going to start to do is figure out how I want to texture this area and get the general ballpark stuff going on. I did want to change the theme around in here and have it like more carpet and fancy wood grain and things. The rest of the ship isn't doing any of that, so it'd be kind of neat to have a little bit of a break here and have something different going on. Gotta figure out how I want to set that up and what textures and colors do I want to be using for it. Back over here. I've done this before. It's kind of old and boring. I don't know if I want to do the same thing again, but I thought it was kind of neat. Before you could, oops, gotta get behind there. There we are. So you can do something like that, and then you get this, I don't know, that kind of look. Kind of this checkerboard look. And I guess those could stay white though, the actual pieces. I don't like this as a something in the middle. I should look at some of the decorative stuff in RE2 and whatnot. How to do that. I'm scared of using some of this stuff though. I can't use the laser fences because they're POI only. I don't want. Well, I'm gonna try something. I've never used these posters before. Let me get rid of some blocks here. But I just want to see if they're adding anything funky to the resources of to spawn in the ship. Some of the stuff did do that. Some of these pictures up here, really annoying because if you use them, it requires that particular poster. You gotta acquire somewhere in the game to be able to spawn the build in, and that's why I just don't use them. I mean, it's kind of cool, and if you're playing the game and they come across the posters, stick them up in your build, customize your build a little bit. But as a builder, I don't touch them. I think I tried to do that once, and I realized that was a mistake. What are we even looking at here? What is that? Okay, so that's just the one picture. I guess so, yeah. Or is that a different scene? Oh, every time I put it down, it's something different. But there's no selection on it. I can't right click and get into a block menu on it. It just increments it. Ooh, that's different. Alright, so you're coming through this hallway, and that doesn't even line up to the other room. Probably alright. Alright. Yeah, try to put some more furniture in place and get a little bit more layout that way. Let's try to put some carpet down here. So the color scheme of this room area too, I might try to go into these browns over here instead of the grays that the rest of the ship is pretty much in. So let's pick like a medium brown and go for the carpet texture. Gonna have to, yeah, gonna have more wood grain too. That was so wall color and textures used. Oh, that's a little too crazy. What else is there? Not really anything here. Guess I'm not gonna have too many options with this. Unless I can put, alright, and you can't put in wood blocks or, and I don't see it doesn't even show them here. Wood, obviously no concrete, but yeah, I wasn't sure if you could use wood blocks or not. Guess not. Dark tone of, try something like that up there, and I'm gonna have to just go with regular old metal in places. I think. Just don't think there's anything else I could really put there. I can try something like that. I wonder if I try to get another color tone in here. We got browns. I have wondering to mix that in with like some blue or something, or green even. Just, yeah. Hey, and if you guys want to hit up the Elion developers and tell them they could add like a whole lot more textures, that would be really cool. That would be really cool. I could point them to some online and say, get that texture in the game. Um, and of course, it will look a lot different with a different light too. That's the problem with this blue is it's too bold. I think I want to desaturate it quite a bit actually. Make it about that tone. I don't believe I'm using this anywhere else in the ship, that color right now. So I shouldn't be screwing up anything else. And I just want to find something that looks decorative that could fit in there. And I don't even know if blue is going to be the other color here. In fact, if I did it there, it should be blue here too. Okay, this isn't working. What other piece could go there? I could put I could go with a good old school console piece or something. Maybe something like that. Change the background here. Brown. Let's get a sample light in here too. So we had a light fixture about there. So I can set the color, turn off the light, get a better idea what it's looking like. Oh, and light color. That's something. I wonder if I had to mess with that too. Keep on going to this, but I could try a straight up white light or even try to go with a yellow tone or something. I usually don't like it after I do anything else but like a couple colors in here. So that's a distinct possibility there. I don't like that blue texture back there. There's that texture too. I almost forgot about that one. It can look good for certain things. Maybe not how I'm using it there, but it can look good. Huh. Alright. Let's get more of this room done up. So I'm going to dig in and try to do some things with the ceiling in here now. Kind of leave the block below where that light is. debating if I want to try to do curvy or not curvy. Let's try curvy, see how it sticks. Maybe a combination of some curves and then some other areas that do something different. Maybe that on the edges. Let's see. Okay, maybe go with a pretty thin block, or I'll just put a couple of those. No, definitely put stuff in the ceiling. Pretty complicated little ceiling arrangement there. Kind of cool though. You get look at all the more texture surface you just added by doing all this too. All these different individual places you can texture. Let's try this. See if this can work out. I don't know what to put in some of these spots, so not sure if I want to go really crazy and do like something like that just as an accent. I don't know if that would look funky or not there. Let's try this one. Lights. Probably ought to try to tone that in a little bit too. I do have 3 shades of the brown. Try to put in a little bit of extra shadow highlights and stuff. I think I'll try something dark here. I've got some extra dark grays in here too. I don't think I like that side stuff there. I often will paint something, look at it for a little bit. If I keep looking at it like it's bothering me, then I'll change it. But if it grows on me, then I'll usually keep it. Not sure what texture to put here. There's marble too. That is something I ought to be definitely considering. How about we got that, and then nope. Nah, maybe I kind of liked it all better marble. And maybe put in some kind of texture here. Let's go to darker brown sides. Put a light there. Let me try a different color light. Really wish there was some other colors here too. Let me see what that does. Yeah. Orange. I don't like the wallpaper back there either. That's another thing that's bothering me right now. If I can get the base theme done in this area, then I could like emulate that through the rest of this section, and it will become easier to finish it up. But yeah, see, this is what I used in the rest of the ship, which normally I like with the space look in the metal. It goes pretty good. It gives it that cool feeling, like temperature cool. But I wanted to change that feeling in here. I wanted it to be a warmer feel. But like the light colors I'd like to have don't exist to do that. So there's not really much I can do. I can have like the whites, which doesn't look too bad actually. That kind of works, but it doesn't necessarily feel warm either. Like if I could have like the white light with just a little bit of like that incandescent light bulb kind of feel to it, like a little bit of a yellow tone to it, I think that would be perfect. But all right, so a little bit of an area there. Let's try to get this walkway going into here and get this front part of the room built out a little bit better here. So I think so I'm gonna try to run wood grain, I guess, right up to the edge. Try to wrap that all the way to me up to this part. And carpet colors. I'm gonna try one other thing. I'll put something here and see if it grows on me or not. I hated what was there already. Okay, so doors coming into the crew rooms, and this one's odd shaped, or I can't do the full thing on it here. I guess that can kind of work. All right, let's try. I wonder if the outer rooms here ought to be back to the gray on the outer walls. I'll try it at least. I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not, but we'll try. Gonna make this fancy to put a big old rusty vent there. I ain't gonna do it. This is smooth. And alright, so what if it was gray on the bottom, brown on the top? This medium brown, tan, whatever. And okay, so we got another chunk of ceiling over here too. Actually, I'll probably try to keep these symmetrical. So whatever I do on this 2-block row there, I'll try to do to this side too. But let's try to find some other formation to get up in here. Again, I think I stated before, this is why I didn't want to paint the flight deck until I had the interior space done. I mistakenly did that on previous builds, and then I was like, I gotta redo it all, because I do this every time, and then whatever I painted up there is toast. So I'm gonna go with a simple formation here, though. Don't want to have it too exotic. We got a lot of more exotic crap up there. Keep this pretty tame on the sides. Add a little bit of a body line or something. Interior ceiling line. And then I'm wondering, okay, so wood grain. Try that again. Maybe just maybe that could work. I wonder if I go dark here, that would work out. Just kind of. All right. Try to do more with lighting. I wonder, get this offset one. I could put it one here and one here, but then change their settings a little bit. Like this one, I might leave a spotlight and got on the color. I'm gonna try this yellow one more time. Let's tone that down a little bit. And then on the other side one, I will get rid of the spotlight mode, lower the intensity, and try the same color. See what that ends up looking like. And I gave it a kind of a gold look now. It's kind of different. Okay, this texture's still not cutting it for me. I'll try something else. See if it works. Like, God, there's just nothing there's nothing I want there. There's nothing I like. I could try. Oh well, maybe I could try this tile thing. Kind of like that better than the last one. It's actually now. Looking at this, the colors that are coming out here in the journal tone reminds me a little bit of the Vulcan holodeck I did on. Hold on, I gotta look at that. I gotta look at that in a second. I don't want to get too sidetracked and bring in like 9,000 creations. I'm doing this. I'm trying to stay focused, sort of, but I did want to look at this for reference. And what did they call the second Star Trek ship? I for somehow forget the name of it. I don't know how that's possible. I know the Proxima was the first one, and then there was the other one. Europa. There it is. Europa. So this had a holodeck in it, and it was trying to be different as well. Let me find it. I'll probably get lost. Yeah, gonna get lost. Where did I put that holodeck? It was way up here. I see parts of it there. Where is the way in? Aha. No, that's the captain quarters. This isn't the holodeck. Yeah, I'm too high up. Okay. What's off from here? Yeah, there's the holodeck. Okay, so holodeck simulation, Vulcan High Console. So this is what I was talking about on the look. Just trying to get an idea what I was using. So I did use marble. I did use some of that in there, but dark toned. But what the color palette looks like? It looks kind of similar. I was only using 2 tones there for it. And a lot of LCDs for those white stuff there. I did put in a little bit of blue in here too. A little bit of highlights, at least over there. I didn't actually. Oh, I did use a little bit of carpet over here. Did kind of like that look over here. It's just kind of an angled thin block or half block. And I painted the whole top actually with a texture light, which is rare that I ever do that, but in this case I thought it worked. All right. Yeah, and the ship I'm building now kind of reminds me of these ships too, on the interior space. These also were using some kind of red and the grays and similar block style and textures and stuff. I think I was having a little bit more of the curvy wall parts on this one, which I actually kind of like. Not that there's much curves going on in here, but there's that little bit over here, and it kind of like throws the whole thing off a little bit, which is kind of neat in a way. All right, well, anyway, let me get back. And I think what I learned from that is maybe I should try this other texture here. No, that would work. Places. Well, maybe not there, but if you wonder why builds take a long time, it's this kind of crap. This is what ramps the build time up a lot. But it's kind of fun in a way to mess with this too. All right, so we got to start here at least on this part. Should probably try to work out this wall area here. I'm not sure what to do with some of these areas here. So first I'm gonna grab some blocks from that side and we'll get some of these in. So the up row here was mid-tone. Yes. Now I'm just kind of wrap that around. This might get repainted later, but I don't know what's going on underneath this repair bay yet. No idea. some of the janky lines. Okay, so we got above all the doorways, there is actually one block space here that could try to put in. I could try a big texture light like this one. It would work. Let's get this. So I guess this is just going to be gray here too, matching those other parts. Vents here. See colors, I didn't paint these yet either. A little bit better there. Alright, so kind of getting there. Let's get some doors in here too. I think I'm just going to use interior doors, so I think not the expensive doors. So we got the armored doors and then the automatic doors. I fat fingered that. There we go. Yeah, I got to change that texture on the outside there too, but yeah, that's not cool having double lights there like that. Alright, and the floor color texture coming into that. Maybe I should go back with carpet. I guess the top here. Let's do this in a dark gray. With some kind of vent there. Maybe a little rivet thing. Alright, so over here on this floor, I got that going on, which is kind of a little bit different. I'm going to try to do that over here, though, too. So it looks like there's some kind of crossbeam or something that goes through the ship. And let's paint that center one that tone. I have no idea over here. Should I have a gray floor like I did out there, too? And we'll try to put something else over in the corner here. Alright, so wood grain again. I gotta complete this part here. Only goes a full block out, so I can't match that up. Then, you know what though? Let's grab those blocks and add more here. Yeah, same thing over here. Hey, Lycan. Hey, Practorus. 428, what's up? Building out a little loungy area at the front of this Perses ship here. This kind of started. This was all unfinished when I started, and I'm trying to do some a different look and like feel to this area of the ship. The rest of the ship's all the gray metal and some like reddish highlights. This one I'm trying to do different because it's like a entertainment crew area / like a lounge bar kind of place. All fluff up here. All the regular parts are all in the back of the ship. Hey, Doom Noodle. Bunch of people. Wow, very cool. How you doing? Having a good old time here trying to figure this this area out. A confusing mess. There's a lot of reasons why it's so weirdly shaped too. If you're just coming in, it's a lot of it had to do with I'm avoiding parts that are in the ship, like a big old hot thruster here, and a bit. There's this radar, and then on top of here, there is a big CV repair bay. So there's a lot of things I'm trying to avoid, and then fill in everything around it, and try to make it look like something. Oh, thanks, Lycan. Then hey, Lycan. All right, so yes, this is how it's so far. I don't know if like the lighting's right or dialed in and whatnot. I've been painting this area with a lot of these browns over here, just to have it different. But it's kind of getting there. It's kind of getting worked out, I guess. I don't know what to put in this corner here yet. It's like I don't really need any more oxygen tanks or anything really that would fit here, or boxes or anything like that. So I'm not sure exactly what to do with some of these areas yet, but yeah, just keep working it. It's getting there. And I don't know about, yeah, I'm trying to do like some wood grain on the ceiling of all places, which is kind of a weird place to do that. But now that I started, I kind of like part of it, but now I've got this beam, and I got to make the beam work. Oh wait, actually this side's different now, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is. Here, it's not. Let's have that stop here. That. And then that lines up. So over here, I think what I'm going to do is maybe I'll change the texture up there too, but I think I'm just going to expand out this side with a half block in there. Ouch. Lounge stream. oh, not ouch. Oh, yes. Yes, it is. It is kind of a lounge crew quarter stream. And hey, German. Yeah. This is at the front of the ship, at the very front, basically, right back in here. A big fluff zone. All engineering parts and all the other stuff are in other places in the ship. So this is just space. Space I'm trying to fill up with sometimes fairly fun stuff to build. So that's kind of what's going on here. Just trying to make it look pretty. Using the ship in game, there's no reason to ever come up here. I mean, there's nothing here. So just kind of having fun with it. And it's also tradition with the previous Perses carriers and some other builds. They've all had something like this, especially the Perses carriers. They all had a lounge at the front of it. This one's a little bit bigger area than the other ones have had, but same idea. Alright, I guess I'll try to figure out what to put here later. Right now, unless anybody's got any ideas, let's see. Oh, Ante. Hey, Ante. Yeah, you love stuff. Fluff. I do too. Actually, I have a lot of fun with it. You can make some real interesting stuff with fluff. It's nice to have the room to be able to do that too. If you have too many of those technical builds where you get no opportunity to do anything but technical stuff, it's kind of boring too, in my opinion at least. Oh yeah, yep, Doom Noodle, yep, your Gigacore. Yeah, I did like your revision of the Gigacore, and you kept the lounge in there too, traditional. And eat a bar there. Oh well, hey, Garriman, this is not the whole lounge. This is the foyer area of the lounge, and these are all crew rooms, or will be. And the actual that area is up over here, in front of this window that's actually in the front of the ship right there. So that's actually where the servers, where the bar area is going to be, and tables. I've got this other thing. I'm trying to avoid other parts in here. I think I just pointed that out a minute ago, like a repair platform and a big old hot thruster. So yeah, but yeah, the bar area is up here. This is recreation and crew living space, and it's all asymmetrical. The whole chunk of this is all asymmetrical. This looks, well, this is kind of symmetrical looking in the middle here, but the rest of it's so glad you narrowed the front again. Oh, you like the front? Yeah, I tried it. I tried it with a little bit more of a blunt thing there for a little bit, but yeah, it was actually Doom Noodle's comment that I decided to change that around and brought it back to the skinnier front area on this. So yeah, I kind of like that better too, definitely. All right, well, let's see. Let's get. I don't think. Yeah, this gray is really not fitting here for the flooring. I don't think. Maybe I should do some more carpet. So that's. So often I'll try something for just a little bit, and then yeah, if it doesn't quite work. No, that was that color there. Yeah, that's actually what I did on the other side too. Let's get, you know, I wonder on this top row is kind of pretty organized. I'm wondering if I should try to do something like that instead of just smooth metal. Could also work on this side. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit more elegant. When in doubt, carpet it out. They should add the copy block command to the texture. Copy block command. What is control plus right mouse button? Oh, they did. Yeah, control. Yeah. Yeah, they do have that. Like, say I like this block right here. I can hold down control and right click, and now it copied that block and it's texturing. So now I can just put that block anywhere I want. I use that all the time now. Ever since they added that, I figured out the hotkeys and then kind of forced myself to learn it. And now it's now I no longer have to think about it. And it's just it's awesome. I use it a lot. It can save a lot of time with a lot of things, for sure. All right. Well, I wonder if I should. Well, no. Let's just keep on. I should just keep on working this as I go, rather than trying to skip ahead to a different area. So we got a little railing thing here. The only thing that sucks, you know what I really miss too, is with the railing parts. Man, if there was some slopey one that would work here, that would be awesome. Nothing really works there. Pointing on that wall, control, right mouse button, and you have the color and texture set. Yeah. Well, Oh, color and texture set. So, okay, so now let's test that. Say I got my current, so I'm set to this weird blue color. And if I wanted to, if I right click here, oh yeah, it does. Yeah, and the texture, of course, too. So that would set that to that texture, that color. Yeah, so it does that. It copies basically all the settings, and then when you place a block after you copy it, it works too. Um, Anything. It doesn't have to be a block. It could be a part. It could be, say, I want that bookshelf. I could just do that with it too. So any part. As far as I know, I don't think there's any part that doesn't work with that. Yeah, well, yeah, that's cool. It's a good thing to learn too. I mean, it can certainly, again, save a lot of time building these things. Uh-oh, that's not gonna work. Oop. So I guess I'm gonna keep the two tone going with the gray on the lower block row. So maybe not in the middle there. Now let's try. Oh, that doesn't line up very good. Nah. Let's go with that one, I guess. No more guessing shades of gray. That's true. That's true. You can change anything for anything with that trick. Yeah, pretty much. So no swimming pool. Oh, you know, a little bit. Earlier on, I had a little pool cut out right over here. Maybe it could come back. See, the thing is I'm artificially elevating the floor in this area. So it goes down, and I could add a pool. And I had a little pool thing I was starting over here, but let's get rid of that. Then I freaked out and decided to get rid of it. So maybe it'll come back. Maybe it'll come back. It's just weird because it would be over on the side of the bar. This whole room space is just a really weird space on the ship. I got to say, I thought it was going to be a real plain James simple area to work out, but the layout is yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of parts to be working around basically, and it makes it extra rough here. Put it over the thruster in its hot tub. That is true. Okay, so this would be gray right here too. Yeah, actually, all these blocks here should be gray. Let's do that. I really got to start getting some little fancier textures in there too. Maybe, no, that doesn't really quite line up right. And let's go with a darker tone, and could try to put in a little text stuff here. Maybe a couple things just randomly there. Maybe some kind of control panel. I don't know. The jiggies. Alright, let's extend the floor. I guess I'll try to follow the same pattern that's already here. I'll do wood grain. That tone. Change that one too. And then we got 2 tones of carpets. Okay, this ceiling here too. Yeah, I gotta retexture that. That's pretty I wonder, I do have a little bit on that. And this side was originally matching that other side. And I didn't mind a little streak of it, but not 3 rows of it. So, you know what? Let's put a beam here. So that we'll split that up and keep it uniform to the other side. Maybe that'll work. Oh, the diagonal walls in the interior space. Yeah, I like to do that sometimes. But yeah, it's rough. It's rough sometimes. Angled hallways, especially if you're running at a 45 or a 22.5, especially 22.5, are miserable because you're missing so many blocks to support the blocks you're using that you can't do much with it but have very basic like that. In fact, this is so blah right here. I'm actually thinking about doing a little something, and maybe I'm gonna have this wall come out a little bit over the bottom part. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. Here, this is interior block. So what I'm getting at here is rather than having the straight 45 wedge, I'll do something like this here. And yeah, that's a bedroom on the other side there. So then it has that little bit of overhang over here, which even that can kind of add a little bit of detail when you're really trying hard to add detail. And yeah, if you all know me with the using the smooth metal, I always freak out over the jiggy edges. I like lines. I like to have some lines, but I don't like them to go nowhere. That just drives me nuts. It's just like, can you imagine looking at your car or something, and it had body lines that were just jig-jagging all over the place and just end like in the middle of your hood. Don't attach to anything. It would not feel right. And I get that same thing with, you know, the textures in a lot of the games. Not just this game. I've seen same kind of jiggy textures in a lot of games, especially with voxel blocks. So, oops. That is just one thing I try to avoid when I can. Yep, Doom Noodle. I don't know. I see a lot of builds that don't do that. I have seen other builders do this though too. It's a little extra work. It's not super time consuming unless you're doing, the whole haul. That takes a while. But yeah, yeah. I mean, it started out like, with my early builds. I was trying to figure out. We can all play flat things. With the early builds, I was trying to figure out how to make things look better, and it's just like I don't like like this. Okay, so this would be if you just painted this all up with that smooth metal, it looked like this, and even if I painted this with a darker here, let's just put a different color on it so you can see it a little bit better. But like, and then you see that all these jiggy lines all over the place, and it's just like. And you're looking at the side of a ship and you see this, and it's just like, what do you do with that to make it look better? And you don't have many other textures that work with it or anything like that. It's like the only thing I could come up with is to go to this one here and blot out all the jiggy lines. And then beyond that, especially when I'm doing this right, here, I'll do the process right here. Once I get rid of all the extra jiggy lines, then what I also will do is make them all go the same direction. So like this one here, I'll keep this line, but I'll go back and I'll flip. Why didn't that flip? Well, that's a really bad example. That must be a weird block down there. I'll flip them so they're all going the same angle as well. So then it kind of like lines up in some kind of uniformity, and that's pretty much the process. I'll just finish up the rest of that. But it leaves just enough of these lines in there to get some surface detail. But, it's different than just solid smooth metal. Because if it's just solid and there's no lines or anything like that in there, it just, to me, it kind of looks fake or like a voxel game. like we're looking at Minecraft or something. So it's like the combination of getting a little bit of that in there, but not going overboard with it is the whole point. Yeah, oh, that's cool. I was just looking at Doom Noodle there. Yeah, it's a neat thing to do. I mean, I'll never change if I'm using this as my base hull material. I'm going to do this every time because I don't like the alternative. And there's not that many base hull materials to to really use for these builds. So this is one of them. It's a different process with the scar and stuff like that too. The scar is just different base texture set basically. Yeah, I agree. Every build, yeah, yeah, it's always a learning process with this game, and it's I've learned a lot of stuff from other builders too. I mean, and looking at people's stuff, and like one of Ente's recent builds too. I mean, using those I don't know those light big lens flare things. I thought that was so cool, but also was the first time I ever seen it, but it was really used well. Back when I was building, this was a long time ago now. I was building maps for a game called Unreal Tournament, um, and it had like that kind of stuff in it. And I was using those quite a bit later on to try to add visual effects and stuff to maps. If you're like outdoors and you got that, and then you put up this like light box. Oop, I just bumped the mic. Sorry about that. You put up a light box. And it was just adding some detail, and you could add some lens flares and just all the old school little tricks back in the day. Before you could have 50 billion polygons on your screen at once. Back in the old school days, really had to watch your polygon count, so you're doing a lot of tricks to make things look more detailed than they really were. And all that stuff was helping with that. All right, so I got a little sidetracked here. Let's get this other part rolling here a little bit. And you guys want to see a pool back in here or not? I mean, I got rid of it. It's easier not having it there, but I could put something here. I'm just not sure how it's going to really work out. It's kind of in a weird spot. It's like just a little bit off from where the bartender would be. It doesn't. You like Scar, right? You don't have to. Oh, actually, on the scar is harder to texture than the humans. The newer version of the scar is harder to texture than the human, like the megalodon and the builds after that. There hasn't been that many, but that's actually a more involved process than what I'm doing here. It's like two base materials, several color offsets to make them work. And that actually takes longer, but I actually think it's a little more detailed in the end, I think. If you like the grungy look at least. Oh yeah, also all staircases. Gotta paint the staircases. In this whole build, I've been pretty much using this for the steps. And then usually use a dark that on the sides, and that's all there is to that. Except, since I'm here and everything's brown, maybe... The steps ought to be that way too. Yeah, not sure about a pool on a military carrier. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, this whole area you won't see on a carrier, but I mean, I could have done it different up here for sure. There's a lot of options. I had like 2 block space and 1 block space up here to fill in with stuff. I could have had a whole bunch of tight crew rooms, and it would probably look more convincing and realistic because this totally doesn't look realistic. But at the same time, it's kind of boring to look at if you're walking through it. It's just like, okay, yeah, a bunch of this, and it gets kind of old. So yeah, that's kind of why I do what I do with these kinds of builds. It's just a hole in the floor. It's just a hole in the floor. Cool. Well, it could be like a hot tub. Is it? Well, with the pool, like, yeah, there's different ways to do it. I'm actually leaning towards the old school method. I know there are water blocks now. In fact, I was looking at that, but the water blocks aren't very well. They're shapeable, but Yeah, like this here. But it doesn't work for insetting into the floor like I'm trying to do here. Like I could set the water to any of these shapes, and I seen in another build recently that someone was using like a waterfall type of setup here, which is really cool. But really, all I could do if I were to use the actual water blocks is put in this, and then it would have to be a square pool like it is right there. Now, if I did the older trick with the LCD, then I could shape the pool with anything I wanted for wall blocks, and then have it filled in, and then you could make neater looking shapes on your pools, basically. But yeah, this is a weird location for a pool. Um, this is not a good spot for a pool at all, and the whole reason that this is there in the first place is because of that thruster. So really, the only place I could put the pool is up there, or well, any of these carbon texture blocks can be removed. Basically, those are not part of a hall structure or a room. So you can do some thin blocks on the border. Shape. Yeah, thin blocks on the border. Yeah, can ya? Hold on. You're saying if I put water here? Oh, okay. I was wondering if I could put like the water in and then another block there, but oh, on top. Oh yeah, on top would work. Could put something up there. So yeah, thin blocks of different shapes. That. Yeah, that works actually. That's not a bad thing. Kind of like a seed or something there. Yeah, maybe I will try to keep this weird little thing here. I'll just keep it small. Doesn't have to be very big. Let me if I get too involved, let me texture. Oh no, I'm underwater. Let me texture this crap down here with something. I guess I keep it. Or should I go with a blue tone down here? Try it. And on the bottom, let's try a light blue. No idea if this is gonna look good or not, but okay, let's get this water blocks in. So that's how that would look. Obviously, this could do more of this thin block stuff here and paint around there. Um, yeah. That's in Doom Noodle's question. Looks like they answered that already. They are allowed. Yeah, they are allowed in regular builds. You don't have to use these in POIs now. Like water blocks, there's also lava blocks, um, and I think these blocks are in both vanilla and RE. I thought I seen them in vanilla as well. So I'm not sure how the lava blocks actually even look. Let me let's take a look at that a second. Dig out the radar array under it. Whoops. Oh, one thing I have noticed about these blocks though is the collision on them when you try to get rid of them doesn't seem to work. So the only really way to get rid of them is undo. Maybe I got to get the perfect right angle. But yeah, there is lava blocks too, and that's kind of a neat thing. So you got kind of a larger animated texture that's like scrolling a little bit over here. I haven't used these ever yet. It's kind of fun to do, like if you think like I don't know, a game like Diablo or something like that. You know, a lot of the dungeons with the hellish looking stuff and stone and weird metal things and stuff. Yeah, it'd be kind of a cool looking themed thing doing that with the lava here. You could make something look pretty interesting, I think. using glass behind. Oh, yeah. Wonder how that would work too. Interesting. But like right now, if I try to get rid of these blocks, like my cursor's solidly on there, and I try to remove it, I blew away it goes right through it and goes to the block above it. So that's a bit of a problem. It makes me a little scared of these blocks. Like if I was deep into the build and I had these in there, and then I decided I wanted to change my mind, I don't know how to get rid of them. Well, there is another way. I'm sure I could probably use the console command to replace blocks with empty and get rid of them that way, but little scary, a little scary. So this is one way to do the pool. Now the other way to do the pool, yeah, let me get one more sample in. Yet another Star Trek ship. Let's go with the Proxima this time. Uh-oh. Okay. It gets a little stupid there sometimes. So in the Proxima, I did a little pool in this ship. And its holodeck. And, oops. And, oh, I gotta turn this on. There we go. And this, using the LCD method, obviously this isn't real water, but I did like the fact that you could position the LCD down a little bit from the top, and then you could use your shape blocks along the sides like this. And then you can also pick your pool watercolor. But unfortunately, because it's using like a background color on the LCD, you don't have many color options there. You can always use the select tool and then remove them. Select tool? What's a select tool? What is that? What do you mean select tool? Oh, I know what you mean. Like go into the N key and select it and then delete it. Yes. Okay. Never mind. I do know what you're talking about. A little mind fart there. Yep. I understand. Yeah. That's actually yeah, that would work. In fact, if I wanted to get rid of these right now, I could do that here. Let's get the N selection. Okay, yeah. It's going to let me select that. So then I could say, see you bye. Okay, I don't necessarily want to do that yet. Well, I kind of do. I almost kind of like the look of the other pool better. I think. What's going on down here? Uh-oh. I did something. Did I just do that now? I guess I my bounty box must have been wrong. Too deep there. Yeah, I scaled it instead of moving. Yeah. All right. Well, I don't want to get too tripped up on the pool. Listen, my goal was to try to get this area done on this stream, so I don't have to think about it later. Make you guys suffer. And I keep on saying, some people like sometimes when I tell Excalibur or something like how long some of these builds take, and he kind of like looks at me like I'm full of crap. But yeah, he doesn't normally do this kind of thing. I've never seen Excalibur. Well, I haven't seen Excalibur do fluffy anything in a long time. So it's just this stuff can take forever and a day to do some of this little stuff. I know, like but other people's builds too. I've been seeing a lot of detail. Yeah, Enti, I'm really looking at you on that one too. Just extreme amounts of detail, and like some of those ships, just like, my goodness, that's got to take. Well, I know it takes a lot of time to do, unless you have it all. You're so good that you can know what to do before you even did it, and just follow the process. But I don't know. Jay is learning that we are just no, I love it. This is cool, man. all my life in building was very solitaire. I mean, it's just like, yeah, there's nothing. Maybe I would have some music. Maybe I'd have some music going on, but that's it. Never anyone to talk to while building. So it is new. I'm not even used to it. I admit it. I'm not used to it. Uh, but it's cool. It's cool that I can glance over and see what people are thinking and suggestions. Doing the normal YouTube videos, which I'm still going to do those too, especially for shorter like previews of things and like build updates and stuff like that. But for actual building videos, I really had a hard time trying to make YouTube videos with it. And it was just like I didn't like any of them. And half the time I get so far into a build and then I'm like, I don't like what I'm doing here and I want to change the whole thing. And then you just watch for like, an hour, 2 hours. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to blow away everything I just did. Start over again. And that's got to be annoying. But that's just kind of what building's about, actually. It's rare that I get something right the first time. I don't know how much wood grain we're going to have up in here, but yeah, well, maybe if this whole section was kind of wood grain, maybe this would be a divider here of that kind of texture, then go into carpet over there. That might work. Let's see, one more row out, I think. Oh, a dance floor. Yeah, it could end up being something like that over here. I mean, I was thinking, generally speaking, just I'll slop in some tables or something out here. Just kind of throw a few of those out and about, call it a day. But yeah, it could have a dance floor. I mean, again, this is supposed to be a carrier and a military carrier at that of some origin in EGS verse at least. I guess if the crew's happy, the crew's happy. It's not gonna make your combat effectiveness less. Probably be the opposite. So yeah. Need some sawdust. Hey, Kipper the bus. Yeah. How you doing? This can kind of blind. Yeah, maybe that can work. I'm trying to get a little bit of texture lights in here too. Not too much. Just want to get them spaced out so they're even. I usually don't like to do it every other like this. I usually like to go like every 2. So there'll be one there, and these guys can go away. Yeah, a little texture light walk path there. Little glowies to stick out when you're looking at the area. Bowling alley. Oh, talk to Crazy Z about the bowling alley. The Leviathan. Leviathan's got a bowling alley. That was built by Crazy Z. That was one of many areas Crazy Z built on the MCRN Leviathan. Really cool bowling alley signs too. In fact, if you did want a bowling alley, it got some graphics for that already. That again, Crazy Z made. All right, so beyond this point, let's go back to carpet just to give the floor variation. And then there's 2 shades of the carpet too. Let's try to do a big square. We'll just go all the way, something like that. And we're up. Oh yeah, the pool. Oh, the pool. Yeah, I don't know about the pool on this build. I mean, I don't know. It's not that I don't like the idea of a pool. It's just that I don't like where it's located in proximity to this. That's my big issue with it. But yeah, doing carpet floors. That's some pretty quick stuff to do. I use carpet occasionally too when I just can't think of anything else to use. Typically speaking. Okay, so on this side we had this smooth metal. I'm going to try to do that here too, just to keep that kind of looking symmetrical, sort of. And then up here, let's get, I'm going to put a couple detail event things here. Make the pool one block, go shorter. Yeah, well, yeah, I could. It could be like a 2x3. And then it would be like a hot tub. That could kind of work. Yeah, don't particularly, not really against that. Try to, I'm going to try to do a little different texture right at the nose here, just to have that divider line here. And there's some textures, like, I like this texture. The problem is like, I like one side of this texture. I like the top side, and I can't normally get it to work on anything because it doesn't work that way. So, yeah. There is this light thing I could do there, too. That's not too bad. Delete the entire tier. Make it a floating water park. Oh, yeah, sure. I'll get right on that. Yep. I don't know. I don't even know how much time I have into this interior yet. I've never once, I've never once actually tried a time. Like, every time I'm going to sit down and work on something, I never, like, turn on a stopwatch or something to figure out. I guess I've never cared enough to try it. So I always guesstimate, that is, how long it takes to build anything. No, make it bigger, even those bars in the middle. Yeah, big pool. Yeah, bigger, smaller. Well, I can't touch these white blocks because they are outside of the ship, but I still got these blocks I could delete right here. And that's okay. Okay, I said I was gonna do this earlier. We're gonna go the opposite, the old school method, or one of the previous school methods of doing the water instead of the water blocks. So I think I will have to use the select key first to get rid of what's here. And let's get that. Okay, bring you back. I'm gonna look at other angles before I delete it there. Okay. Alright. So those are out. And now, I've got a couple more blocks I can mess with here. So what I'm going to try to do is change the shape of this pool a little bit. We're going to put in angled block here. And then thinking about, I want to get some roundy stuff in it, but I don't, well, let's do an angled block there. Roundy block over there. I don't know if it'll look good if I put one there or not. I could put a roundy block here too. Let's get rid of that one though. So we got a couple of roundy blocks. And let me get the side walls painted here. Again, I don't know if they're going to be blue or not on this. I'm trying to make it look like water, but this might not look right. And this light blue bottom, not sure if that's going to stick either. Okay, so now we got our new shape. And I'll just paint a couple of this in. Okay, new shape for pool. So now what I'm going to do is grab an LCD. And let's see, we're going to have to put it on the floor facing upwards somewhere. So actually got some room back over here for that. I almost want to put something there. Here, I'll put it here for now. I can move it later. Okay, so what do we got here? This is 4 by 3. Alright, so we want, guess, no, I think, let's go 4 height, 3 width. And I am going to set a background color so we can see what we're looking at. Let's just do like a dark blue for now. And, no, I think no, we want the opposite dimensions there. Or I turn the LCD. I guess it doesn't really matter. move that over a bit. Oops. Wrong way. Okay, so see. Oh, what's up? You actually want it. Yep. Yeah, it's doing that right. Okay, I just gotta. Oops. And let's give us Y. Yeah, I don't like that blue bottom on here, not with the blue water. I really wish it did put this right in front of your view, though. Man, that's if it was off to the side, over here, or over here, that'd be cool. But every time you're trying to look at what you're trying to do with the LCD, it's like in front of your face, unless you got your screen turned like this and you're trying to look at this little area that you can see. It just drives me nuts. oh, 150 hours later. Oh, so good. So good. Garaman's doing okay. So you're doing sarcasm. You got to watch that with me because I will flip out and do what you say. Let me get this water aligned. Oh my goodness. All right. There we go. Can kind of see. And what do we need? X. Yeah, X minus X. Okay, so right there. All right, so here's another way to do the pool water. Generally speaking, I mean, if we get a little texture detail in here and maybe some different colors, it could look a little better. But I'm not going to use blue for the side walls. I think that's just a bad idea. Wouldn't mind actually getting like some lighty things in here in a couple places. Or maybe a vent. Like maybe it's a water filter or something, I don't know. Or some other texture. Okay, and that blue bottom is not cool either. I'll go with, try to keep it in theme with brown. Oh, and then I gotta fix that LCD. It's still got the text in there too. Let's just get rid of that. And then the color of the water. So we could go with that. If you go with crazy, something crazy, can make it look all toxic. Let's see. Let me catch up on comments real quick here, yeah? Just looking through the outer hall in the corner. I think it was when I had it misaligned, but I think it's cool. It's close. It's really close to it, but not quite clipping through. Okay, well, I'll get rid of the green water though. Green water is not really what I was thinking about. This is where I want to pick a custom color. I really do. It's like there's a lot of blues here, but they're all not right. They're just. It's like I want something in between this and maybe that, somewhere in between these two. And yeah, that's all right. So we got a little pool in the corner. We'll see if it stays or not. I don't know if that's gonna make the end build cut or not, but I could try to put some things back over here too. You know what also could be done? I think I got full blocks up top here, so we can go scrunch the blocks up and make something above here happening too. I think could make the whole area look a little bit better. Let's do some of these. Yeah, I can even hit those. At least raise the ceiling up a little bit. It'll make the area look a little bit bigger when it's not really any bigger. rotate that so I get the textures right. It'd be cool to try to match the formation of the pool on the ceiling, but I don't think I'd be able to do that. But, yeah, because still got to have a solid flat surface up there. So, yeah, I guess here, you know what? We will add a couple lights here. That will at least line up with the pool. And I say lights, and then I put in this block. But what I mean by that is because of that little tuck there, you could paint this back here with a pretty intense texture light. Not sure what color I want there. Oh, if I had the block rotated the right way at least. Which I don't right now. Okay, so let me fix that. So this should be it, right? Huh? I must have... Wow. I screwed that up. Okay. Rotate and rotate. Yeah, it's right now. Okay. So then you could have that there and say this was down below. Now you got a little texture light there that pops up in the dark. It's the one thing why I really like this particular block. It's well, the other one works too. There's two to the set. They both do the same thing. This just does it on one side and not the other. Is all. So now I don't feel like rotating all the blocks. I'll just replace it. And let's put some. I'll just run that up to. Huh. And I got an angle over here too. I guess we'll just square that off there. Put in a full block back there again. And is there anything fun that could be done in the middle? Put in a super thin block. Well, a thin block. Just to add in some more stuff to the ceiling. Let's get a little textures in here. Good work. It's kind of a weird thing too on how that's lining up on this. Oh, it's different per. Yeah, I should have known. Alright, so nothing's really going to line up there. So let's just paint that with flat. And try to get it a little, man, maybe I'll even go to a different tone color here for vent there and there. So that. I'm so tired of using this texture. Oh, I'm so tired of it, but I like it. I like it. It's a nice texture. Okay, so the center. Okay, so this is kind of opposite of these other two blocks and how it's rotated, and I'm going to try to use that so we can add something different here. A little bit different setup. And, I don't know, maybe that there. Let's try to go, oh wait. Okay, so we're directly above the pool. I wonder if I should try to put in the high intensity texture light setup here. Maybe something like that. Get some strip painted up here. And okay, so it's getting there. Now we want this all that color too. Okay, I don't like this big square thing sticking out like that. That's a problem. I can't do the block work above here to match that angled wall. So, I wonder if I should try to put in a little pillar beam thing. Kind of work, sort of. Maybe I move the LCD later and try to put like, maybe get in over here. So anyway, guys, in comments, what do you think about the pool? Do you want the pool or not the pool? I have no problems either way. I can stay or it can be deleted very quickly. Either way, it doesn't really matter to me much. But generally speaking, you know, I'll try to make it look a little bit prettier here, especially with textures and some decoration things or whatever could fit there. But I don't know. I don't hate it anymore, at least. Doom Noodle likes it. Yeah, that's cool. So, do you like the method of using the LCD better, or the method of using the water blocks better? Obviously, with the water blocks, I would have to go about the shape of it differently, and have to have like stuff over the top of it. But and I thought I got rid of this already too. I just noticed that's still there, so try to do that. LCD because it's shape. Okay. Well, it's kind of my thing. I know the water looks fake here, but I mean the water blocks. It's not great looking water either. You know it's all right, I guess. It's better than no water block. But you know. Oh, wrong color. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, this was the wrong color. Okay, so now the ceiling stuff too. I've got a lot of ceiling out in these areas to do, except this area needs to be figured out better. A big flat ceiling on that side. I got this going on over here. I don't know if I should just keep on trying to stretch this right across. It's getting a little bit big. But yeah, I don't know what else to do there. But it's going to run into an angled wall here and not work right either. Taking an idea to do something decorative up here. Use some of the same idea. Oh, the texture light feels a little too much. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. Okay, so you know what I can do here? Let's do something different. Done this on some hulls of ship, but not typically on the inside of them before. But try to set up a formation, and let's. I'm using a lot of this block with one other block. I just want to see if that's going to show up right here in the corner. I'm doing this right or not. So we got that there. I'll angle that in one there. Do another one here. Kind of see what I'm trying to accomplish here. It's just like that area is kind of stopping it. Not working over here. Okay, so here we're gonna end that, and we'll put in that there. What a weird setup. Okay, so if this is painted, okay, what should be the ceiling color up here anyway? That kind of a mix of gray and brown. This doesn't line up. Maybe I got this whole pattern backwards. I do. Yeah. These corner blocks should be these. I don't mind that too much if I can get it. Got to get it textured right, of course. And maybe just keep a lot of that flat on that side. And everything kind of fits. This is a little weird though because this end one's different, but that lines up with this. Yeah, something wrong about this right here. Probably that row too. So grab one of these corners, put it there, and it just gets tricky. Yeah, I don't know. I want this to line up on this side too, so I think I'm just gonna have that different formation in the middle there. Something like that, and then half blocks. Okay, so up here, I want to keep with the. It's really weird to have a wood grain ceiling, but I kind of like it in a weird way. So I might try to keep it wood grain up here. I don't think I've ever seen that in my life, unless you're looking at the bottom of a hardwood floor and you're in the basement or something. But it's Empyrion, and you know. Oh, thanks, Doom Noodle. Yeah, that's the whole point. Is like I got so many different um, things going on with ceiling things and whatnot. It's getting a bit of a chore to try to tie it together to make it look like it should be that way. And that's yeah. But I like having the detail. I mean, think how boring it would look if I never cut into the ceiling anywhere. I would lose all this. I would lose whatever is going on in the ceiling. And it's such a big part of what you're seeing when you're walking through these builds. That yeah, I definitely try to do stuff with the ceiling. So we're just gonna paint these in. I don't think I need any particular texture there. We gotta adjust the alignment here. I don't know if I should go with something darker here. I'm not, and that's a bit. I wonder if I should put in something else here. Like maybe we'll break it up, put in a couple like ceiling lights there, and what would happen? Try to put carpet up there, and maybe lighten those to blend in a little bit better. Definitely indifferent. Man, a wood grain ceiling like this. Is that? Kind of works. Now let's pick the railings. Tan 2. Oh, I got this off. So let me fix that. These should be rotated. That, but that's not going to work. Oh yeah, yeah. Then that actually lines up better. This side. Okay, no, that's right. Alright, so let's do some mass painting in here and get this part going here too. It looks like I got some more places for this. Yeah, I'm gonna tone this texture light down too. I hear you on that. I try to put in like a big bold one to see if it's gonna work or look alright or whatnot. But I think I might be better off with going maybe a couple of like these or something. I used to hate this texture with a passion too, and then I put it in on a previous build at some point, and I was like, huh. It just happened to look good in that one particular place, and I was like, oh. And then after that I started looking at that texture more with the builds. I want this center to be darker though. Maybe I'll just gray that out. And I think all of this pretty much here. Let's get something in here. How about a couple of those? I don't know. Kind of overdoing it a little bit with this texture light thing, but yeah, it's all about trying to add detail. Alright, now let me catch up on comments here. Yeah. Lights. Also thought your YouTube video. Section. Thank you. Appreciate it. Lower engineering section. Yeah, that's I'm happy that most of the stuff is done. The engineering stuff and whatnot is done. I just got the bridge to do in the area that I'm doing now, and like one other area. But yeah, that's the lower engineering area and how that kind of came out. I was really having a hard time with this ship specifically trying to fit things. And it's a big ship, no doubt. And I had the room. It's just, man, the parts are big. There are some big parts, and then sometimes, you know, like I wanted to have a place for a fusion reactor, but I also wanted places for standard generators and stuff. So then, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff to fit, and try to make it, you know, look and feel organized like it should be there. And that's the big trick of it. And then try to come up with any extra space you might have left over to come up with interesting fluff, which is honestly one of the more fun things to do in building. It really is. So yeah, I like the fluff too. I mean, granted, in gameplay, like if I'm playing the game, I typically don't build anything for that purpose necessarily with fluff in it. But you know, a bigger ship like this, if I wanted to use this in game, I wouldn't care if it had some fluff, as long as it does the things I need to do in gameplay too. Obviously, more costs a little bit more, but a lot of this stuff is really cheap. It's not bringing up the weight of the ship much, since it's all like carbon blocks and things. It does add to the size class for sure, though. That's a thing. But yeah, I like the turbines. I do like the turbines. I like them way better than in RE1. And I don't know if Doom was around during RE1, but they had solar panels for CVs instead, like the same size solar panels you put on a base, and that was awkward. I mean, with a certain CV, you could kind of pull it off, but often, like what I did and a lot of other authors were doing, is burying the solar panels in the hull, which makes absolutely no sense. I mean, the solar panels, they need to get sunlight. You put them inside a room with no sunlight. And then in RE2, that was thought out a little bit more, and then we got these turbines, which do the same thing as the solar panels. Um, but they're a cooler looking part. They're just basically residual energy because they just make their power from nothing. Yeah, the Star Trek ship did have like a bazillion solar panels in it. In fact, well, I mean, I think with CVs in RE1 you were limited to 24 solar panels, or maybe it was just 24 large solar panels and 24 small solar panels. So, if you think about the size of those, how much space that actually will take up, and then like the Scar Megalodon is all set up to hold a whole bunch of solar panels. Last time I spawned it in, they were all missing because I spawned it in RE2. But yeah, that was all about that too. And I'm kind of wondering what I should do here because this platform, which I want as an option, a definite option for this carrier, to repair other CVs, and I got to use this part to do that. But I don't want it to come stock with the ship because there's another place you could use a standard repair bay and put it down in the hangar to fix your HVs and stuff. And yeah, I know I complained about this quite a few times. I want to be able to add more than one repair bay to a ship. I really do. I assign a console to it. Like put in a console and assign it to repair bay 1, and then the other console to repair bay 2, and then that would make me really happy actually. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, that's Elion would have to do something about that, and I highly doubt they ever will. So yeah, but I like the idea that it's legit for a CV to repair a CV now, in RE2 at least. Try to put little lights on here too, but yeah. Here, let me get a little bit more textures in here. I'm going to add a couple more little blinky light, or not blinkies, but these. And I don't know if they ought to be red in color either. It's just what the rest of the ship is doing. This part painted. And this thing is, this room area, at least for, I'll say, the first run. And I usually will go back through after I get to about where I'm at with this, and then I'll try to look through it again and try to make tweaks after the fact. Kind of go over everything again, try to get a little more detail here, there, fix a couple little things, that kind of thing. Add some decals. Oh wait, you know what? I don't have much in the gray up in here. Let's do that. Let's do that. That part will be in gray. Okay, so gray here. Let's try to get some kind of detail here. Some kind of texture light. Yeah. I didn't use this much at all. And let's do that. Frost. That thingy there. Color change here. Kind of what I do when I want to make something look technical. I'll try to do something like that. And Well, I don't know if I like my little the lights here though. I was like, I want a texture light that's got a little dinky light on it. This one might work. And maybe get rid of that. Put in something a little smoother. Console thingy. Alright, and yeah, I think the mid ceiling here is going to be gray. I gotta do this. Oh. Yeah, I got wood grain floor and wood grain ceiling over here. Okay, let me check up our comments here. Here, platform fixes. Lots of the issues there. Yeah, you know, that is a good idea. I have seen some builds like that too, where you just have a small CV with like the CV repair bay on it, and then you can fix them. Of course, you know, being a carrier, I want it to be able to do that function without a separate, you know, thing. But yeah, no, I could see that would make a lot of sense actually. Okay, my wood grain ceiling's not cutting it over here. I realize that now because I wanted wood grain on the ground too, and I think that's just too much. Floor and ceiling, that's just too much. Unless I replace this with carpet, kind of like how it was separated like it is, but yeah, I probably have to do it this way. All right, so carpet. Alright, and then this. Still don't like the wood grain on the ceiling here. Too thick. I liked it when it was tight little rows, but not big solid thickness area. Yeah, the decal lines, yeah. I I feel like I overdo it sometimes. I mean, if you take a look at some of the other parts of the ship, look how many lines and dots and things I'm adding. But I mean, it's all a little bit of detail. I mean, not having the little white stripes here, the little colon signs over there, or even the arrows. Like anybody flying in here obviously knows to park here. They don't need a big old arrow there, but it's just all like more stuff to look at with the eye, which is, you know, an attempt to add detail. Um, when, you know, there's only so many things you can do in a lot of certain situations. So that's why I got little lines on the ground over here, and lines around the edges over here, and I mean, it's just all over the place. Little circles around the stuff there, lines all over the place in here. I mean, yeah, it just keeps going that way. Use a lot of decals. That's part of like the. I usually don't do that when I'm first, you know, painting and getting the room area worked out. I'll put those in later. So I haven't added any in here yet. But now, what I really okay, so most of the basic blockwork and textures are in here. You're sort of getting any tweaks. Now the next part is going to be lighting this thing up in these other areas, and this could be a bit of a problem too. It usually is. When I cut into the ceiling like this, I can't put lights on the ceiling, and that's usually where they display the best. But we got some different light fixtures. And one of these might actually work for this pool thing, maybe. So let's do a small radius. Well, I'll try to expand it. Well, no. I'll go with a bluish color. Maybe. That's not doing much. And maybe it's that blue color. Let's try that color. Oops. Okay, the light type here. Let's go that route. And here, yeah, I might just I should wall this off and just have this so that I can fill it in with blocks, mark it off so people can put it in a repair bay here. And or you could actually probably even do it from inside the ship if I leave a doorway there. And then I won't have to think about that too much either. Alright, let me take a look at comments. Details. Yeah. I have the idea of probably won't be able to do it with the simulated aquarium. That'd be cool. I don't know what to do about the fish. There is a sea creature, but I think you could only have that spawn in POIs or some kind of sea thing that eats you. All right, so we got a light there. Let's try to get this lit up better somehow. Now it's gonna be rough for the lights. Usually is though. Usually is. I could try. I do have the two corners, so I could try to do something like this. Let's go back to spotlight. I don't want a huge angle on it. And let's go with the light color that we were using here, which is more of a white or gray. What a dancer they're called a mermaid. Yep, could try that. Could try that. Okay, so one more light. One thing, one building too. Like obviously, in this area, I've got 3 lights here. I've got a couple, another 3 lights over here. This is a fairly big area, sort of, but really, I don't really want to put much more than one more light in this section. Otherwise, I don't know. It could cause frame rate problems, or it used to. The lights have changed, though. I don't think lights are as taxing as they used to be, but they also don't look as good as they used to. So that's probably the trade-off there. But I do need to get some light in here. Now there's some light fixtures that I've never really used. I don't think I've ever yet in building ever used this piece. I've seen it used a couple times, and it's kind of neat for certain things. That's just weird. I guess that's directional too, because yeah, I'd have to get off the spotlight. No, it just lights up that side. Huh? Never used one of these. Probably will never do it again either. So, see you bye. All right, let's go on to something else. Yeah, I can't explain how that light behavior was working. Even when I took it off spotlight, it was still shining like a spotlight. Excuse me, I just got catted. Speaking of my kitty, Bandit's been doing good. He had been to the vet more times. He had some big clumps on him, and I had the vets kind of get those clumps out of him, and now he's actually pretty healthy now. He's going to have his 18th birthday in April. So yeah, pretty happy about that. He had a lot of problems in the past. Well, in the last couple of years, it's got a kidney issue primarily, but he also had a problem with one of his claws. I don't know how it happened, but it got like overgrown somehow. I didn't even realize it, and then it like stuck into his foot, and then he was bleeding on his foot from his own claw because he's not clawing at things anymore and wearing down his claws, and I suck at cutting claws. Yeah, 18th. Yep. 18. He's 17. Yeah, 17 now. So He's getting there. He's getting there. I got a buddy, and one of his cats is 21 years old. So he's got problems though. He's got problems. He's not the same cat he used to be. But yeah, 21. That's really old for a cat. 18's pretty darn old too. The breed of cat that I've got, which is it's I don't think it's purebred, but it's a Norwegian forest cat. They typically every video and anything I've seen on them, they live, I guess, between like 12 and 14 years or something, and he's about 18 now. So yeah, he's an awesome cat too. I mean, he's been an indoor cat. If you have an outdoor cat, they typically, they're not going to live as long typically. But yeah, he's had it pretty good. Unfortunately, I had another cat too named Shadow, and he did pass away. And when I brought him to the vet, it wasn't that long ago. It was last year, and he was all like totally cool. And Bandit was the one that was sick, and that's the one I was just talking about. And I wasn't paying much attention to Shadow because he seemed totally healthy and everything was cool until it was like a couple days before we had a holiday weekend, and then Shadow suddenly was like not eating, and I kept on trying to give him food. I'm like, why aren't you eating? Why aren't you eating? And then he started looking a little bit frail. But then it was the holiday weekend, and there was nothing open. And then as soon as that was done, which was like a 4-day time stretch, the vet opened up again, and I brought him to the vet like right away, and he didn't eat like hardly anything those days in between there, and he was like not doing so well. And I brought him there, and yeah, he had some kind of massive problem with his liver, and that was it. They couldn't really do anything. They'd have to put him on an IV and take him to a special animal facility for pets. So yeah, poor Shadow Kitty. Thanks, Doom. So now Bandit, unfortunately, is quite bored. So he doesn't have his playmate right now. Someday I might try to get another cat again. It's kind of neat when you get an old-timer cat. If you can introduce a kitten that it likes, it can bring a lot of life into the older cat, too. Well, anyway, I guess the mission sort of was accomplished. I don't necessarily... I mean, if you're looking at this, if this was your build, what would you try to do to it? I know that's a tough question to ask, though. I mean, I couldn't answer it if you asked me that either. So, all right. So, thanks for watching, Silverbeard. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's already 6. Well, anyway, at least something's done. I stayed on the last stream I did. I got really sidetracked and started looking at like 900 builds and things like that. And this one, I was trying to be a little bit more focused and actually get some real work done on this. But I'm not sure exactly how I feel about the overall lighting color of it. It's kind of doing this kind of bronzish, goldish color throughout this area, which is definitely unique from the rest of the ship. And I did want it different from the rest of the ship. I just don't know if it's like I super like it or not. What I would really like to do, and I can't because I can't use concrete blocks and stuff, is I wanted to do like almost a dungeon, like an elegant, like imagine going to a fancy restaurant that was supposed to look like a dungeon, and that's with all the trimmings, like maybe something you'd see at like Disney World or something like that. That's really what I'd like to do with something like this, but I can only do it with bases, or attempt to do it with bases. I can't do it with CVs because I don't have the textures available for CVs. So there is that. I wanted to do a different theme, like how I got Creel and Scar and things like that. I wanted to do one that was actually kind of like crazy sci-fi, weird, like based around like Diablo like stuff, like with the blood red and the skulls and the metal and all that stuff. And I thought that would be kind of a neat like idea for a faction. Problem is, can only do it with a base. Can't do it with anything that moves. So it kind of blew the idea of even trying because there's no way that that can work. Oh, you would add a pool table. I know, I know. I've been trying to tell Crazy Z to add pool tables to his newer creations too. But yeah, a pool table would be kind of cool. I would like to get some entertainment in here. There is some open floor space, um, and here's the bad part. Like with the SV, with an SV, you can make some pretty cool looking furniture like items and little toilets and things. But with CV blocks, man, you can't do that. It's just they're like what are they, 10 foot by 10 foot or something like that, 8 foot by 8 foot. Um, yeah, you just don't have the detail to do anything. It just doesn't work. Those coaches could use a TV to look at. They could. They could. Yeah, I need more furniture. That is something that this room is lacking a little bit on. I still have yet to put in one of these effect projectors somewhere in the build too. But yeah, let's gotta have a TV here somewhere. Like the TV there. And yeah, I gotta look at some decorations and more things in here. See how that's gonna work out. And I do have to do the little rooms, the little crew rooms over here. This one's got the view of the hangar over, or a hangar. So there's 4 of those. So this area's done. Well, not done. What's the size class looking like? I'm still at 10. I'm still at 10. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep it at 10 because as soon as I go to 10.5, I'm technically 11. There's a whole bunch of new tables in the different block groups. Oh, that is something. I keep on seeing all these fancy new parts and builds, and yet I'm like always go to the old school ones, and there are. Oh wait, these are PUI legacy blocks. I don't want to touch those. The hollow posters. I tried the one. I didn't try this one. There's these. I gotta take a look at what's in there. That's PUI. I've seen these before. Seen that. That's that weird tank thing, I think, and some other stuff. The fancy satellite. This is table furniture. There it is. There it is. Let's see what these look like. Oh yeah, quite a few. Yeah, so most of them are probably going to be techie. What's that? You know, that doesn't actually look too bad in here either. Even the techie one. It looks, yeah. Oh, good suggestion, German. I wasn't even thinking about this. I didn't even actually realize this was here. But I know I've seen some of this stuff in the look at the workshop videos. I just didn't even realize, didn't even think about it. Oh, and that actually looks like it has. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add this set into my my building tools. And this one will look. This kind of looks a little bit more like it could be some kind of game table there. Well, light LCDs to them, yeah. Could do that too, especially the one that didn't have one already, like the square one here. And then put an LCD on top of that. Huh. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. I'm going to have to do a furniture overhaul. Probably parts of the ship. There's not too much of this stuff going on in the ship, except for up here. And I think there is some... I added a couch over here, too. But, yeah. Other than that, yeah, I should probably start to look at some of these newer parts when doing this. I tried to get some weird thing, like I put one of these in here randomly, just because I thought it looked cool there. That kind of thing. A couple boxes, got to have boxes. But just kind of wondering how the feel is coming in here. Now, I have none of the lights on sensors, so I'm getting a light bleed through all over the place too. But yeah. Well, anyway, I think I will stop. I'll stop the stream here. It's about a little over 3 hours, um, or right around there. Uh, yeah, I got some stuff done. Happy about that. I'm gonna keep on trying to do streams a lot more often. I probably not every day. It's kind of a lot, but like definitely a couple days a week. I think while working on build projects. Sometimes I might even get into something where I start showing a bunch of creations again, taking a look at some things. But other than that, I think I appreciate all you guys checking this out and coming and kind of try to support my building efforts. I really appreciate that. It's cool. These things take a long time to do, and they can be fun to do. Sometimes though, it is easy to get burned out too, and I've been kind of fighting that feeling of burned out for a while now. Try to get over it, but I haven't been building as much as I used to. But I still don't want to stop the building thing at all. So, all right, yeah, thank you. And other than that, you all have yourself a wonderful night, and I will talk to you later.